everybody. Merry Christmas to you. That's not very good. You can't see me. I guess you can a little bit. I like this music. Australia checking in. Even worse. Ain't it? Okay, so Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Christmas Eve. We're spending the night in Stratford, Texas, and been a little bit of a late start. I apologize. My mind had this wonderful plan. I had a mount and a setup where the camera was going to be up higher, where we could flip-flop between me and the fuel island and whatnot, and that did not work. And then I tried to I am hearing myself. Why am I hearing myself? I don't know why I'm hearing myself. Anyways, oh, I know. I'm talking to myself through the Bluetooth. Ha. Anyways, this ain't a professional. Nah, I just killed everything. There we go. This isn't a professional. There we go. Now I don't hear myself anymore. Thing. This is just basically what the title says, spending time with y'all. Normally you're looking at the road, and I hide behind the camera. I decided to spend some time with you. We've done it in years past, and apparently it makes quite a big difference to a lot of people that maybe don't have a family to spend time with on New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, and this is just my way to bring something back to you, even though I do have wrinkles in my face and the lighting's not great, and I don't have the Christmas lights, and couldn't find a Santa Claus hat, and basically it comes down to a lack of planning. Which is the story of my life. I can't, my mind has a lot better creativity than what I could actually bring to you. I don't have a big production crew. Remember, we've already been driving since 4:30 this morning, so this is what you get. This is just a trucker that doesn't know what he's doing, but I still want to spend time with you guys. So Does that count for anything? You know? So we'll go through questions and answers, and I see J-Dog and Gerald up in there, and Greg W. in Mariana, Texas. Where are you from in Texas? So, anyways, I think you guys could see me pretty decent. So Merry Christmas. I have been flooded with emails for, you know, wishing me Merry Christmas and all that stuff. There's no way in the world, if I sat there for 24 hours straight, that I'd be able to answer them all. So just take this as many, many thanks for, you know, everything for the whole year. I see T-Bear in there. Valerie, Super Caitlin, howdy. Okie Brave, howdy. Vicky, how you doing? Water Blazing. And if I miss your name, I don't do it intentionally. My eyes are kind of like darting all over the place. So, Gossamer, howdy. Good to see you. Ray, Hal, Eric Miller, Ronald, Cyber, Serengeti, Justin, Cherokee Kid. Wow, names are flying by faster than these old eyes could keep up with. Me. Maybe I'll get my stuff together for our New Year's Eve countdown. We got new phones. The proper mounting for the camera to do the way I wanted to do it is underneath the bunk, but I've got a whole bunch of junk on top of the bed. I tried my best. I was digging around, and I couldn't make it happen. So this is it. This is live TV. This is the way we do things, you know. Oh, Vicky, I appreciated that. Augusto, howdy. How are you? Merry Christmas to you. So, it is what it is. I would like to hook everything back up to the laptop, where we could, with the push of one button, we could flip-flop between different screens, all that other stuff. Mariana says, you are such a comfort to this new mother of a trucker who happens, alright, stop the scroll, who happens to be headed to Denver. He had a stop last night in Greenwood, Nebraska. This is great, Steve. Happy New Year. All of you guys are just something else. There you go, ringing it. I like that. That's what we do. Is live by the seat of your pants. Is that how it goes? Live by the seat of your pants. Nothing special, no driving. If you came here for driving, that's not what we're doing right now. We're just talking to y'all. I'm going to answer questions, everything else. So, 315 people watching for Christmas Eve. You can't get any better than that. Last year we did our show from Dodge City, Kansas. People were telling me. Desert Rat, howdy. Man, they're going by too fast. If I miss you, I apologize. Mr. T, John A. Fellows, howdy, howdy. I appreciate you guys hanging with me day in and day out. Daytime driving, nighttime driving. Even the buffer monsters can't shake us apart. So, I definitely appreciate you. Louisville, Texas. Woohoo! Vivian, howdy. Justin. M.A. Sudi from across the pond. Woohoo. checking in. Birmingham, Alabama. Scarborough, England. Oh, someplace in Florida. That scrolled off the screen way too quick. Leave it to Riley to ask a trucking question during the Christmas show. We do not have a new appointment yet. Mr. T, howdy. Gossamer, you got the kitty cats with you? Mendel, howdy. Roll Tide. Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's my favorite Christmas memory? Well, like truck driving, or you mean forever, or what? You're welcome, Cyber. I'm just doing the same old thing every day, turning the camera on. That's about it. Aroostook County. Where in the world is that? Wants me to bring taters to Aroostook County. This is a Freightliner Cascadia, so just a regular conventional tractor. Trying to think. I don't know if I really have any outstanding memories of the holidays. I know a lot of people do, but I don't think that I really do. Because a lot of the memories happen unexpectedly all throughout the year. So, Los Angeles, Wilmington, Los Angeles. Howdy, howdy, checking in. Miami, Florida. How about some frozen fish to New Jersey? Possibly, we could. Tip City, Ohio. There you go. Howdy to Ohio. We've got a bunch of road crew out in Ohio. When am I planning on retiring? I don't know. I guess get asked that a lot. I guess whenever we get booted off the truck. Holiday memories begin now tonight. I'll probably be a memory, all right. Maybe not in the best of fashions. I tell you what. Hear this? That's cold coffee from Liberal, Kansas. We ran out of time. I was going to run and get coffee, and I thought, man, I told the people 7 o'clock. I better stick to my time. So here, maybe in a second or two or whatever, we'll go get warm coffee. It's off my leg. Howdy, how you doing? What's the worst Christmas present that I ever got? I don't think I ever got anything I'd consider bad. Just the fact that I have my health and have friends and have a job and all that good stuff, have money and have food, have my wits about me that I could continue to drive. To me, that's what's important. Material things are nice, yeah, but material things don't mean anything. You know, to me, having friendships, having the ability to talk to each other, all that stuff, I think that's what makes a difference to me. Mariana, Texas says, my mother passed away December 26, 2001 after she was hit by a car. That's not good. 1-year-old grandson and 10-year-old granddaughter help out a lot. There you go. I'm so sorry to hear that, Mariana. And you know, that's what this stream is about. It isn't about perfect lighting. It isn't about a perfect production. It's about me being me and you guys being you and us just talking and spending Christmas Eve together. There's no Christmas trees in the truck, no Christmas lights, although every single year I want to put Christmas lights on the front of the truck on the grill, and I guess I just haven't done it. tell you what, I'll be honest with you. Keeping up with trucking and the long hours that we do, and then the website, really takes a lot of time. It really does. So I don't get to do all the fun stuff that I want to do, like decorate the truck and make everything perfect. But, you know. Where's my ugly Christmas sweater? Actually, it's in the cabinet. And see, last time I was off, it never occurred to me to think a month ahead to wear it. Otherwise, I would wear it. You're welcome, Valerie. Mesa. Oh, Merry Christmas to you, Mango Salsa 69 in Mesa. I'm assuming that's Mesa, California. Yes, William. Howdy. Where was I born? Milton, Florida. We do run the best chat room around. We don't put up with nonsense. So, Paintsville, Kentucky. I've never heard of that. Truck tour? Nah, because the truck is tore apart when I was looking for pieces to try to mount the camera. I could show you what I'm looking at to make the camera as high as it is. It deals with the tripod on its side and a rubber band. Hey, it works. What am I doing Christmas Day? We are driving. We're looking for 500 more miles at least. If everything goes our way, we'll try to tackle 600 miles. So if you've got nothing to do tomorrow, you can always watch us broadcast the drive as long as we got a signal. String a frog to the grill. Aunt Jemima might get mad about that. Unless the string is made out of Cheetos, you know. Christmas Day across the pond in England. Oh, we got truck activity. Woohoo. Merry Christmas to you too, Rhino and Robert Vickers. Howdy. Fort Hood, Texas. Nice. No games, no fake stuff. Yep, that's what we do. That's what we try to do anyways. Strong winds, where you at, Trudy? Strong winds and rain. We have been extremely lucky to avoid the winter storms for like the last 5 years. What do I think about a 2-year-old Siamese kitty being on the road? Well, we had TK the truck cat on the road with us for like 5 years or 4 years, something like that. But TK literally was 2 months old. So she grew up in the truck with the motion of the truck and all that stuff. And she was the perfect truck cat. She really was. In my vaults and my old files and hard drives, I've got videos and pictures and all that stuff of her. And yeah. But one that's already 2 years old, I don't know. All I can say is try it. I have seen quite a few truckers with truck cats. So, Dan the man, howdy. So, you know, tell your son to try it. See how it works. Just like people, some cats may like it, some may not. I guess it's just one of those things you just got to try. Montgomery County, PA. Howdy to you. I actually had a road crew send me a tree for the dash, and I wanted to put it up. But like I said, last time I was home, I didn't think that far ahead. I'll be honest with you. We have been running, I think this has been our busiest Christmas season for several years. So yeah, I'm not going to say I failed, but I sure didn't plan for this year, if that makes sense. Indianapolis checking in. Howdy. Cherokee's dad's from Milton, Florida. No, gotta watch Devil's Travels. Merry Christmas to you, Looney. Abby, howdy. Glasgow, Scotland, howdy to you, PK. We've got 487 people watching. So I could sit here and say Merry Christmas 487 times, but we'll say it one time. And that counts for all 487 of you. Frank is asking me, why did I think you grew up in Texas? I did and I didn't. Dad was in the Navy. We moved, I don't know how many times, but I moved to San Antonio when Dad retired when I was 14, and I was there until 22 years old, and I joined the Air Force. So that's, to me, growing up in Texas, and that was San Antonio. Then I did time up in Minot, North Dakota, 60 feet underground in the missile fields, and came back to San Antonio for a while in '94, moved up to Dallas or Fort Worth, started working at airports in '98, and then for the next like 6 years went around the country. That's Savannah, Georgia. We just went through Savannah, Georgia a couple weeks ago and told you I worked at Gulfstream there. So Scotty Cargo, howdy. 48 years old, no family left. Second Christmas with no one. Well, welcome aboard, Scotty Cargo. You don't have to wait to Christmas to join us. You're welcome to join the road crew every day that we broadcast. We broadcast every day, every mile that we're driving. So you're welcome to come join us. And New Year's and Christmas or whatever, and sometimes even spontaneous, for no reason whatsoever, we try to spend some time with the road crew. So welcome aboard. Augusto is asking, what did I have for dinner? I actually had a ribeye steak and mashed potatoes that I cooked myself. I grilled on my time off, vacuum seal it, put it in my freezer. So, and then it's just a matter of heating it up. Riley's asking, what is my most favorite Christmas movie and least favorite? I really don't have an answer for that because I don't really have time to watch movies much. Is this Ice Road Truckers? No. Although we have driven on the ice. Breathe is watching us. Woohoo, good to have you. 509 people. Merry Christmas to you. And if I miss, I have to stop scrolling to answer a question or to read. So if I'm behind or if I miss your answer or miss your questions, you know, I apologize. Australia checking in. Lunchtime in Australia. Super Caitlin wants me to tie Aunt Jemima to the grill. Well, maybe that works. Do I ever watch any of the video stream? I don't. I used to read some of the chat logs, but when I spend 10, 12 hours driving all day, I don't want to I don't want to watch myself drive, you know. So I leave it all up to y'all. Let's see. I'm trying to play catch up here. How many miles have I done this year? I don't know. Ken Laws would be the one to ask. But we have been averaging like 100 to 110,000 miles a year. So, Greg W. saying this is the most he's ever heard me speak in the last year and a half, 2 years. Well, like I say, I try to make the scenery and the highways the focus of the stream. I'm just a guy holding the steering wheel. But once in a while, I do make an appearance, like tonight. Snowy Tennessee. It's snowing in Tennessee. Count your blessings. I see ya. Howdy, Jessica. Howdy, Stephanie. How you doing? Oh, and I forgot the dad's name. I'm sorry. I forgot. Have I ever had a pet? Yes. We just talked about TK the truck cat. I've had plenty of pets over the years. 10 geese, multiple dogs, multiple cats, multiple hamsters. Let's see. Trying to scoot down a little bit without missing anything important. Wow, I'm like way behind. Anderson, South Carolina. Who else do we know from there? Math professor hiker, right? Ain't he from Anderson, South Carolina? There you go. Now you know what I look like. Am I going to do a Christmas blog? I will probably do a short one. Will you fan of the trucking shows, TJ and the Bear? I used to watch BJ and the Bear. Yes, I used to. What made me go into truck driving? That's a good question. I've always liked airplanes. I've always liked truck driving. And going in the Air Force, even though I worked on missiles, I love to travel and, you know, do exploration on my own through the back roads and dirt roads and things like that. And I had a choice to go work on airplanes or to do truck driving. And we picked airplanes. I wired up all sorts of airplanes, everything from a King and Queen Air to helicopters to 747s. You know, all corporate and private jets. John Travolta's 707. Part of Air Force One. If you're familiar with Sophia, worked on Sophia, the giant flying telescope. You could look that up when we were out in Waco. So I did the airplane tour throughout the country for many years. After 9/11 and people quit flying, and then the world stock markets crashed and companies quit buying airplanes and all that, I kind of thought, well, maybe we'll change a career, because I got tired of working on an airplane and thinking, okay, we're almost done with this airplane. Will I have a job? So I went into truck driving. I thought, well, we'll try truck driving. And the thing that I like about truck driving is I get to work by myself. I don't have a boss breathing down my neck. So I could be a loner, and I could drive, and I could make money at the same time. I can wake up when I want to, unless it's a 2 a.m. delivery. You know, I set my own hours. The only thing I have to worry about is arriving at the customers on time, if we can. And that's the way I like to work. I've always been interested in broadcasting and television and things like that, photography. So, guess what? I made my own TV studio here in the truck, you know, and I'm broadcasting exactly what I love to do for a job. It's blown up way past anything I ever imagined that it would be. Whoa, T-Bear. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. I appreciate that, T-Bear. $100 from T-Bear. Wow. What made me, oh, phone's telling me it's gonna die. Let me plug it in. What made me join the company that I wanted to join? Believe it or not, I hung out at the truck stop, and I would hang around the fuel island, and I would talk to the truck drivers. I'd find out which truck drivers drove for which company, talk to them. Top of my head's being cut off. Talk to them and find out what they liked, what they didn't like. And you start to see a pattern between the good companies and the bad companies. Or you find the pattern of what people liked about it or didn't like about it. And so that's why I picked who I picked. Been with them 14 years now. So T-Bear, thank you. So yeah, if you're gonna get into truck driving, do your research. Talk to people, see what they like and don't like about their particular company or about their truck or whatever. The more research you do on your own, the more informed your decision will be. Don't rely on what a recruiter tells you for anything. You know what I mean? You got to, because everybody's different. What works for me may not work for somebody else. So finding out all your own information from a wide variety of sources, that's how you figure out, you know, what suits you best. The one good thing I like about truck driving, I go all 48 states, but I don't have wife, kids, house, all that other stuff. If you have a family, you could still go trucking. You could do regional, which would be, say, stay east of the Mississippi or stay west of the Mississippi or stay in California, Washington, and Oregon. You know, trucking is probably one of the most flexible job scenarios you could ever have. Truckers are needed everywhere. You know, hauling everything from flatbed to dry van to reefers to oversize. So, you know, truck driving, I could get a truck driver job doing anything, anywhere, at any time, any way that I wanted to. And obviously this right here is what suits me best. So, do I go home more often? Well, I go home to a buddy's house like every 30 days, 45 days, something like that. There you go. You and your wife, I see Gary and his wife went team driving a few months ago. There's a lot of husband and wife team drivers, and if you could stand to look at each other 3 feet away from each other 24 hours a day, more power to you. I personally don't think I could, but you know, like I said, everybody's different. What do I think about electric motors for semis? I think it's good. I don't want to start a fight or argument or a big debate, but my opinion is I think electric vehicles will be refined and become the wave of the future. They will become normal one day. And you think, well, but they will never match up and all this other stuff. They will never last long. I get all that stuff. But you have to think, at one time, when horse and carriages was the only thing known to man, when gas combustion or internal combustion engines came out, everybody thought that those would never make it, and who would drive those? And same thing with airplanes. Back in 1850, if you said, I'm going to fly from New York to Paris non-stop in a long metal tube that's going to fly, 30,000 feet up in the air, they would have thought you're crazy. But it happens. It's daily life now. So I'm going to say eventually, yes, autopilots may take over quite a bit. Semi-cars, or electric cars, electric semis, they're just now being born. Is it going to be perfect right out the bat? No. But I believe it will eventually be refined and improved enough that it could happen. You have to think about it. When I was growing up, back when network television was ABC, NBC, and CBS, you had 3 channels on a rotary knob on your TV. I used to, when I went to bed, I had these Radio Shack headphones that were like this big, and it took a 9-volt battery to run. I mean, seriously, they were huge. But I used to listen to a radio show. I can't remember the name of it, but it talked about science fiction, and it was actors reading a script. But I used to be drawn into that every night. Now, the point I was trying to make is all of those resistors, transistors, everything else that was this huge now is that huge or that small. Each year cell phones get smaller and smaller, and microchips get smaller and smaller, and technology improves tenfold and 100-fold. So yeah, I don't know, maybe the future, the battery, for a vehicle will be fitting in your hand. You don't know. Nobody knows the future. So anyways, I hope that answered your question without straying too far away. Radio Shack, yeah, I liked Radio Shack. That was the good old days. We lived across the street from a shopping center. It had Radio Shack in the corner and TG&Y with a screen door at the other corner. And yeah, I liked that. So, let's see what else we got. Talking about TVs, old TVs. I remember our 7-Eleven right up the street from the house. Of course, the TV had tubes all in the back. And if it didn't work, you would take one of these tubes that looked like it was burned out or whatever, but you would take that tube, go to the 7-Eleven, and there was a big ATM machine. It wasn't ATM, but that's the size of it. And you had all of these little sockets. And you would just sit there and find out what fit the tube you had. And then it had a little placard on there, and it would say, if your tube fits in here, then this is a part number. And you'd reach your hand up underneath that cabinet and pull out the new TV tube you needed, and there you go. That tells you how technology's changed, Let's see, what else we got here? Am I near El Paso now? No, we are not. Circuit City, I remember Circuit City. Do you know what Circuit City evolved into? TigerDirect.com. Joe. What do I miss the most about going home after a 9-to-5 job? Honestly, actually, that's a good question. What I miss about the 9-to-5 job is having the weekend off and then know that I could get on my motorcycle and ride. Out of truck driving, the number one thing I miss is my motorcycle. Like, horribly every day. I remind Michael Baker of a guy that used to do the Red Green Show. I have no idea what that is. Train horn, train's over on that track over there. So far, none's coming behind us. Do I listen to audiobooks through the Bluetooth? I've got earbuds, that sometimes I will listen to Pandora. I'll listen to my 60s and 70s music. You know, like Ain't No Mountain High Enough, Ain't No Valley Low Enough, and Billy, Don't Be a Hero. Them kind of songs, you know, the old fart songs. I love that. That keeps me motivated. What was my first truck? First truck I ever drove was in the military for missiles, and it was a 1964 Astro or something like that. It was a big behemoth. In fact, that's where we learned how to drive an 18-wheeler for a government license. And it was, I don't know, like a 18 speed. I mean, it had a gob of them compared to today's trucks. And we did not get our license until my instructor would take his can of Coke, place it on the flat dash. We had to go from a stop, get up to 55 miles an hour, and come all the way back down through all the gears and come to a complete stop without spilling or knocking his Coke over. If we could do that, he would give us our license. And we did it. We didn't knock, but I tell you what, I've seen other people knock the Coke can over. It makes a mess, but it was cool. TT, where are you homeless at, man? But as far as the current trucking deal, the first 5 trucks I had were Volvos. Let's see. Merry Christmas to you, Nathan. Am I interested in driving the Freightliner E-Cascadia? I guess. I drive whatever they give me, to be honest with you. With the national situation, have I noticed people increasing their driving speeds because of less cars on the highway? Honestly, in my opinion, yes. People are being dumber. And I thought, you know, maybe it's just my imagination. But on electronic signs, overhead electronic highway signs, some of the states will tell you in 2020 we had 318 deaths on Wyoming roads. Those are just examples. But lately I've been seeing 2019 we had 200 deaths. 2020 we've had 400 deaths. Every single sign that I've seen that way was almost double this year for deaths on the highway than last year. And I think that is exactly what you pointed out, of being, I don't know, impatient even more. It's bad, you know, it really is. So yeah, I do believe so. I'm trying to keep up with chat, I promise. We asked TT where he was from, and I missed it. I don't see it. A lot of people, even when I read chat, not while I'm driving, but like at a fuel island or whatever, people ask me, why is everybody passing me? Well, quite simple. Most of the speed limits are 65, and that's what we go to. But now I lost my train of thought. Yes, Caitlin pointed out that I am missing my bottom tooth. But don't worry, next time I go home, the replacement one will go in there. And I'll be honest, I thought about not doing this show because I didn't want people to make fun of me for having a missing bottom tooth. But I thought, you know what? I don't give a hoot. Either y'all love me or you don't. But, now I lost my train of thought. Dang nabbit. I forgot what I was saying. Totally. I totally lost my whole thing. That tooth thing threw me off. And in case you're wondering, I don't care, we'll talk about it. In case you're wondering what happened to the bottom tooth, no, I didn't get punched in the face or nothing like that. Ever since I was a kid, my whole bottom set of teeth has just been a disaster. I've had 6 teeth on the bottom removed to make room, or to make the teeth fit there. This one little spot, there were 2 teeth in there. So they were fighting each other coming up at an angle. So yes, we pulled those out to put 1 tooth in there, if that makes sense to you. So yeah, I'll be a little bit honest with you. I worried about that, but then I realized that the road crew is going to love me no matter what. You know what I mean? So we'll just talk like this for the rest of the show. But oh yeah, we were talking about speed limits. So yeah, most of the speed limits are 65, some are 70, some are 80. So when people comment that everybody's passing me, they automatically assume and think I'm going slow, instead of thinking, hey, those are speeding. What you don't see are all the people behind me that are also doing the speed limit behind me. So, and you know, I hear the theory of, oh, you're going to cause a massive pileup. You're going 65, but the speed limit is 70. I don't subscribe to that thought, because California, every truck runs 55, legally 55, and the cars can run 65. And California doesn't have a million wrecks every day and a whole state falling apart and every road blocked. So if they can function, the world can function with me being 5 miles an hour slower than the speed limit, plain and simple. So, you know, it is what it is. 65, I set my cruise and go, and don't worry about it. If people want to fly by me, no skin off of my back. No big deal. Is California tough to go through? No. Because in that case, I just set it on 55. It is what it is. Me crying or hollering or throwing a fit ain't gonna get anybody to change no laws. So, oh, I saw Mystic Teeth. Mystic Teeth. I saw a mystic wolf, and then I read I had 8 teeth pulled. Yeah, okay. My mind is TT, I'm glad I kept you company. The point is to arrive alive. You are exactly right. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm not a super trucker. We've got 1.7 million miles without an accident, ticket, or a scratch for a reason. Now, I don't care what anybody else does. That's their truck, their business. But we're looking close. We're barreling down on 2 million miles. Cross your fingers. Because we do the speed limit. We come to a complete stop. We look. We pay attention. We don't read chat while we drive. All of that. So, you know, just, okay, when we left the shipper, when we left the shipper in Dodge City, did you see that truck? We were going the speed limit. That truck that passed us, only to come to the stop sign half a mile in front of us. You know, what did you gain by passing me to stop half a mile away at a stop sign? So, you know, it just makes no sense to me. Robert, out in Ohio, how you guys doing over there? Squirrel 1, how you doing? Isn't the truck governed always? It's governed to a maximum of 65. Doesn't mean you got to do 65, but Mariana, Texas is telling me best ever tour guide ever, even better than the vloggers who travel to exotic places. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, you don't gain nothing by flying down the highway. You really don't. Talking about saving fuel, yes. We did a test. We did 62 for almost a month and checked our mileage and compared it to what we get when we do 65 all the time. And do you believe that it was 0.8 miles? So just round it up to 1 mile of difference. So the difference between 62 miles versus 65 miles, that's only 3 miles an hour further. But you're also, you know, getting 1 less mile per gallon. I didn't sit down and figure out the whole big math theory behind it. But in a 10-hour days, you're only half an hour ahead of me. And then you're spending a whole lot of, you know, wasting a whole lot of fuel. So what are you going to do? Race me to the truck stop half an hour early and sit there half an hour longer? What good does that do? So, you know. Did I get my new jacket? I did not. There you go. Speed limit is not a speed target. You're good point. Did I make it a Tractor Supply? Yes, I did. The whole crew was hollering at me to go get there. Go by there. Yeah, you like my jacket? Here. I don't know if y'all could see, but yeah. It's a good jacket, though. I wouldn't throw it away. I'd use it for digging in the dirt in the garden and stuff. What's on my jacket? It's holes. I don't know what coordinates mean. I know what they mean, but I don't know what those are. What's that picture on my shirt? Okay. I don't know if you can see. Shows a guy taking a picture on a tripod. It says, I'm a photographer. And on the back, it says, not a terrorist. Somebody gave this to me years ago because a lot of places don't want you taking pictures. I went to Union Pacific Station in Omaha, Nebraska. I thought it'd be no big deal. I took a walking tour and I thought, man, this museum has got way more in it than I ever dreamed of. Loads of train memorabilia and whatnot. And I thought, hey, I want to go back to my, well, we had to rent a car at that time, and get my big professional camera. And I asked them, because you always got to ask permission when you're on private property like that. And they I had my camera in my hand, and they ended up calling 3 board of directors or whatever it was, and all 3 of them came down, big suit people, and says, well, no, we're not going to let you take pictures. Why? I run this website, gave them a card and all that stuff. Yeah, but we don't want, I mean, it's a security issue. I don't want you taking pictures. If you had a small camera, you could. Well, the thing is, these phones take as good of pictures as what my high-dollar camera did back then. So, and you know, in San Antonio, there was a train station. I forgot what they called it, but it's real famous. You know, I was across the street taking pictures with my big lens. That security guard in a suit, like, you know, Secret Service people or whatever, came from across the street and told me that I could not take pictures of their building at all. And I said, well, I'm across the street on the sidewalk. Well, it doesn't matter. That camera lens looks like it could look in office windows. And I was so mad, and I had talked to people about that, and I was told I could or should take them to court because they could stop me from taking pictures on their property, but they can't stop me across the street on the sidewalk from taking pictures. And, you know, so anyways, multiple things like that. Oh, I got another story to tell you about that. I don't remember. Someplace in North Carolina. I arrived at a place about 12 hours earlier than our appointment, and they refused to load us early. And so we parked across the street in a dirt lot. There was mountains, there was streams, and everything else around this place. So I grabbed my camera, and I went walking down in the stream, which was nothing to do with the property of the shipper. I went walking up the hill, and all of a sudden this car comes barreling up to me, an older lady and 2 security guards. And they stopped me, and they says, what are you taking pictures of? Who are you? Are you with that truck down there? Somebody reported that you were taking pictures of our building. And I says, would you like to see what I have on my camera? And you flip through. And I says, pictures of the stream, pictures of the mountain, pictures of the truck. Not 1 ounce, not 1 inch of their building or property was on my roll of film. Or, you know, my digital card. But they swore up and down that I was taking pictures of their property. And it's like, you guys, 3 of you, tracked me down up this hill because of what somebody thought they saw. I'm not allowed to take pictures of a stream that's not on your property. So anyways, somebody got me this t-shirt that says I'm a photographer, not a terrorist, because many times people will treat you like you're a terrorist just because you're taking a picture. Thank you for that $25. I appreciate that. So yeah, that's the story of this shirt. Lord Rupert Everton, $25. Thanks for sharing part of your life with us. We love who you are and how you are. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Jordan, I've been doing good. So yeah, that's the story of this shirt. Roberto, howdy. Matthew, howdy. And I'm sorry if I missed somebody's question. When I get off on a rant, I quit looking at chat. Happy holidays from the Windy City. Good deal. I'm doing good, Matthew. How you doing? Honks for the truck. Honks for the truck this Christmas. I got people sleeping next to me. I don't want to honk the horn. If you were watching the stream earlier, we honked the horn at a train. Backwoods PNW. I assume that means Pacific Northwest. Glad you like the stories. Cherokee Kid, howdy. Meridian, Mississippi, I've been there. Who's crying? I like you, he's crying. Who's crying? What's my location? We are in Stratford, Texas. Dallas Fort Worth, howdy. I used to live in Dallas Fort Worth. Hodge Brothers in North Kansas, I guess. Cleveland, Tom the Squirrel Man. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I was just behind you in Ogden the other day. Good deal. Do I have a 401k? Yes, I do. Do I invest in a stock? I invest in a variety of things. Yes. UK. Howdy to you, Matthew. Columbus, Ohio. Good deal. Dion. Merry Christmas to you. Scary dead of night situations I've been in. Well, there's been a handful of those. See what this guy's gonna do. He can't park next to us because there's a light pole next to us. Got a couple of trucks coming in now. We've dodged animals on 17 in the middle of the night. We've had to keep our eyes peeled for criminal activity. We've had our laptop stolen out of the truck in Dallas. So we've had a few here and there. Orlando, Merry Christmas to you. Minnesota, thank you, thank you. What is in your wallet? There you go. Hey, what's in your pocket? We've not said that in a while. What's in your pocket, Texas? Fisher Investments. Hey, I saw their commercial on TV the other day. Northern Illinois, John M. checking in. We got 606 people watching. Good deal. Reidsville, North Carolina. We've been there before. Francisco Estrada. Happy holidays to you. Riverside, Illinois. Thank you very much. Hodge Brothers from Southeast Kansas. We met you in Joplin. Oh my goodness, where did you meet me in Joplin? I don't remember. When was that? I don't think we got anybody in the road crew from Joplin. Ray E. Biker, thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate it. Spain checking in. Free life, free overland. Howdy. Caitlin likes that. James Neal, you're welcome. Rural Mailed. Mighty Mole, howdy, howdy. Chris Speak. Have I ever hit a deer? I have not. I've come close. No, well, let's back up. What was it? Earlier this year? Well, where were we going? Earlier this year, deer started crossing the highway and jumping barriers in front of us. And the stream caught the deer jumping in front of us. We missed it, but the deer kept running and literally ran into the back of the trailer. On the side of the trailer. So he hit us, we did not hit them. Do I ever play the trucking game online? After driving 12 to 14 hours, I don't want to play trucking. I did it in real life. I don't want to play it online. Jack Veggies, how do you do? Where am I going next? We're going to California. Merry Christmas to the Philippines. Pennsylvania, is that where that was? D-Lynn Wheeler, am I saying that right? You're very welcome. Driving around with your dad as a kid, good memories. That's what we're here for. Everybody, a lot of truck drivers retired watch this channel. So very, very, very glad to do it. Ever ran up to Easton, Maine? I know we've been up to Kennebunk, Maine. I know we've been to, a couple places up there. Been many years. There's a big paper plant up there that we went to twice. There you go. Greg Treadway knows what we were talking about. Trevor Poole, love this channel. Well, thank you very much. Is that Krill, the owl man? How you doing there, Krill? Do I sleep on the on and off ramps? I do not. In my life, I think we've done it twice. I will do everything I can to avoid it, but so the answer to that would be no. How long have I been broadcasting? We started the website in 2008. So thank you, Brian, very, very much. Brian from California. Downington, PA. There you go. Santa's on his way to America, huh? He's up in Canada right now. Do I ever get sleepy at the wheels? There have been times, and I would pull over if I need be. Dorothy V, keep watching. That's good. What are my retirement plans? I don't know. Let me retire first. Then we'll figure that out. So how's life hanging out on your end of there, T-Bear? Serengeti, howdy. Glad it's... I forgot where you are, Serengeti, but ain't it like Christmas morning over there? Maybe we'll do Montana in 2021. I hope so. Sacramento, California, JF checking in. Bruce, yeah, you got to catch us when you can. Well, Jonathan, you found us now. You're on board. Every day we'll make room for you. Bozeman, Montana, howdy. Stephanie's got truck drivers in her family. Good deal. Toronto, Canada, checking in. Good. Merry Christmas to you. Michael is asking, what is the most important you want us four-wheelers to do when we're around you? Number one thing, when you're on a on-ramp, mash it. Go. If you have room and you're ahead of a big truck, mash it and go. Staying at the same speed as an 18-wheeler does you nothing. A lot of cars demand we move over. And a lot of times we can't. I may have 1, 2, 3 vehicles on my left. So that's a very good question. You either A, mash it and get ahead of me, or B, hit the brake and go slower than me. Because most of the time, if I have a chance to move over, and I do move over, the four-wheelers will go the same speed I am. I can count to 3, and then they take off and floor it. Go ahead and floor it while you're on the ramp, because then I have to do 2 lane changes for absolutely nothing. What's the best and worst truck stop I've ever stayed at? I don't know. Iowa 80 is pretty good. Oak Grove Petro is pretty good. Living retirement in Arizona, Wayne. Good deal. Trucker Curtis, Merry Christmas to you too. Enterprise, Alabama. Merry Christmas to you. Dorothy is claiming and blaming me for saving her sanity. T-Bear. Man, I'm so far behind in chat. There's no way I can answer every question. Pick up the speed. Yeah, we already talked about that. Dorothy V, I'm glad that you guys learned. I have gotten a lot of emails or comments from folks that tell me they actually have learned how to drive by watching me, or listening to my complaints or whining or whatever. So, and that's good. The other thing would be, if I need to change lanes and you see a truck put its signal on, give them a break. Let them come over. What I see is the second I put on my blinker to turn left or to change lanes to the right, people from half a mile back will floor it. You see the smoke coming out of their tailpipe because they will floor it before you start to move. So don't do that. There may be an emergency up that I see that you don't. So, yeah. What part am I going to? Carson. Greeley, Colorado. I've been there many times. Are you the road crew that waved to me? Alan, you and the wife waved to me twice, I think. Rachel, glad you like it. Refrigerator recommendation, Blue Nose. Actually, the trailer, oh my gosh. The refrigerator freezer is doing great. In fact, I've got 2 products in the truck with me now that I have to do a review on for the customer. And I will show you this right here. This is what we're going to be doing a review on probably in the next week or 2. It's a HUDway drive. It's an actual heads-up display unit that we're testing out. We already did a run-through with it and found a couple errors in their software, and they have since fixed that. So we will be doing a review of that and another item. We'll put that up there. So we will take care of that too. I just hadn't had a chance yet. Flashing lights is okay. If you do that, if you flash your lights, make sure you're far enough back, because I've seen people flash their lights for me to move or whatever, but they're right at my tires. Remember, it's 72 foot long, so I can't tell if you're far enough back or if you're, if I'm going to hit you, or if the flashing light means go ahead and move, or hello, I'm here, don't move. It's hard to interpret flashing lights because it means different things to different people. So if you do flash your lights and you're given the okay for a truck driver to move back, make sure you're way back enough that it's obvious that there's room. Because if you're giving me a foot or two, I can't see that difference. So to me, when I see flashing lights like that, to me that means I'm here, don't change lanes. So, you know, it's hard for me to understand flashing lights. Trip journal, we'll get there. We're not going to do everything with the trip journal we had done in the past, only because I don't have time. I was thinking if I could get one person to do just the trip journal stuff, one person to do the photography, one person, we would have the best website in the whole wide world. But, you know. Do I have cowboy boots? All the time. Dayton, Ohio. Howdy. Greg Pinto, thank you for the $2.99. I appreciate it. Why not load that off to somebody else? If you're interested and you think I could trust you, let me know. Let's see. What I don't like is I'm on a dark road, pitch black, and then somebody flashes their light high beams on. It's like totally blinds me. What am I going to do with that? Jason Peterson, $10. Thank you. Bronco Willie, 99 cents. Thank you very much. Someday would I write a book? For years, I have wanted to make a leather-bound 11 by 17 tabletop coffee table book of a lot of my photography. I looked at that, and the printing cost of that was like $150. And I thought, ain't nobody in the world going to buy a $150 coffee table photo book. And that's kind of like where we just left it. I don't know where your little town is, Loyal Minecrafter. How many times did DOT stop me on the road? For what? What do you mean? Vienna, Austria. There you go. Howdy to you. Will I be driving all day tomorrow? Yes, 500 miles or more. That's what we're looking for. Highway 36 in Missouri. Loves is building up everywhere. Quite possibly. I lost my tablet. Howdy, Outdoor Channel. Christmas, everybody. Jessica. Woohoo! Abraham Lincoln, howdy, howdy, howdy. Merry Christmas to everybody. Oh, my goodness. I want to know, why did this like really poor focus a minute ago? Okay, well, looks in focus. Would y'all get upset if I went to go get a cup of coffee? Alright, let me go get a cup of coffee. Alrighty? I'll be right back. We'll keep the camera going and all this other stuff. Let me go get coffee. Whoops. No. probably wear it all day tomorrow too. Oh, $50. Who gave me $50? James Neal. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Did I get the super chat earlier? I don't know. I imagine I did. Let me see if I can tilt this up. Does that help? A little bit, not much. How you doing? I don't know if you can even see or not. Look, it even has a little tag on it like Mini Pearl. Steve on third send special gift you must not refuse. Okay. These were on clearance, and I thought, you know, I might as well get it, right? Man, my allergies are kicking up. How do I take my coffee? I take it in a hot cup. I'm going to crank up a little bit of heat. Austin, Texas, checking in. Howdy. Maybe I ought to wear this all day tomorrow. What do you think? I guess I'm going to have to lay down like this. I'm going back to Washington State eventually. Anything on clearance to decorate the truck with? Not yet, but I'm sure everybody will be tomorrow. Does YouTube take part of Super Chat? Yes, they take some. No, don't send me a new coat. We'll get one, I promise you. We'll wait until after the winter clothes goes on clearance, because then you can get like 50% off. Lower the seat. That's actually a good idea. There, what do you think? Does that help? In fact, man, I'm trying to juggle the tablet, the phone. Can I lower the steering wheel? There we go. There. Now, what do you think? I don't know if the lighting helps any or not. Now I feel like a dwarf. So somebody was going to ask me an important question. I got to scroll back to it. Mariana, Texas. I have a huge question. How do I know how far enough ahead if an overpass is high enough for the trailer? Fair enough question. Number one, do you see other trucks coming and going? Well, they're pretty good that the bridge is high enough. The other thing is, are you downtown, big city, Chicago, Louisville, whatever, and you don't see any trucks, be on the lookout for the signs. They will tell you how low it is. And if it's really a place that has low bridges everywhere, you're not going to have big trucks going. You know what I'm saying? But the big thing is, if it looks like, if you're coming up to it and it looks like it's going to chop your forehead off, slow down. Look for a sign. You know, these people that slam into a bridge, in a 12-foot bridge, and they're 13.6, I want to know. Because even a 13.6-foot bridge looks like it's going to take the top of your truck off. So how do you just like close your eyes and hit a 12-foot bridge and then wonder what happened? Use your head. If it looks like it's going to chop your head off, then probably slow down. There's almost always going to be a sign posted somewhere. So there's a website called 11foot8.com. 11foot8, something like that.com. It's hilarious. RVs, campers, box trucks fly through there just totally blind, even though the signs are flashing. You know, trucks must turn right. I want to know how these people survive driving with their eyeballs closed. Philip, $50. I appreciate that very, very much. So I hope that answered your question. There have been a few places that, man, my sinuses. There have been a few places that concerned me. So what I have done is, Google is your friend. I pull up Google Street Maps and I will drop the little guy down, and then you could look, and I will look for signs from that little guy. Man, I hate when you put a aspirin or pill in your mouth, you chase it with something to drink, you swallow, and then the pill's still there on your tongue. Yeah. But yeah, use Google Maps. You could also pull up the local DOT, like Chicago or Illinois DOT. A lot of those places will tell you which bridges are low, truck routes. There's a lot of resources you have to use, you know, if you're not sure. So I hope that answered your question. USA Horse, howdy. Oh, and another question that was asked, I forgot who it was. Gus, yes, when someone makes a YouTube super chat, we get 65%, YouTube gets 35%. And I hate to say this, if you want to donate money and you want me to get more of it, go to the donation page on the website, because then I only pay 2.9%. Have I ever been to Tucson? Yes. Where's the hometown? All over. I don't really have a hometown. I'm trying to read chat without it flying away. Have I been to a DOT way station in Federal Way, Washington? Luckily, every time we've rolled through there, they've been closed. Truckers don't flash their lights thinking another trucker it's okay to come over. I try to. I don't always do it. Sending a check is good too. Go to the donation page and there's the address. That'll work too. Appreciate it. Have I ever been to Scranton, Pennsylvania? I have. We've been everywhere. How's that song? I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere. Crayola Kid. I like that name. You're welcome. Crayola Kid's been to many states that they have never been to before. That's what we're about. Taking everybody wherever they want to go. Eric Moran, Merry Christmas to you. Do I like Washington State? Sure, I like all the states. Do I have a house? I do not. I don't know where this guy thinks he's going. He's like been playing around there for a while. What kind of motorcycle did I have? I've had several Vulcans. When is the next real vacation? I don't know. Been kind of thinking. I would like to start taking a vacation at least once a year or once every 2 years. Something like that. It's hard to plan it, you know. If I am gone longer than 4 or 5 days, I got to give up the truck. T-Bear, good deal. Ain't it your bedtime though? Well, it's only 9 o'clock. 9, 8, oh, so it's only 7 o'clock. T-Bear time. I like the sound of that. T-Bear time. Yeah, because this is a company truck. If I'm out of it more than 4 days, 5 days, I gotta give it up. But like the last truck, when we gave up our last truck, I went on a 30-day vacation. Because then it made it worth it. You know what I mean? And that's how we got this one. Have I ever been to a sporting event in the travels? You mean like have I gone to a basketball game or something, or what? This is the same company that I've always worked for. I've only worked for one trucking company. They treat me very, very well. KCET, good deal. Yeah, I wanted to do more broadcasting and stuff, but then it got to be where I wanted to also take a vacation from really broadcasting and stuff too. Thank you, Daredevil. Appreciate it. Glad you like the videos. But we did do several days. Oh man, I really, really loved the San Francisco trip. Stayed at the hotel all 4 days, or maybe 3 days, I don't remember, right at Fisherman's Wharf, within walking distance of the hotel. Saw all sorts of good stuff. We did actually several live streams through there as well, if anybody remembers that. That was what, 2018, I'm thinking? Wow, that's a long time ago. But I definitely liked that. I forgot the name of the place. It's where they make the San Francisco sourdough boudin company. I don't remember. Ate there every day. Really, really good stuff. Really good stuff. Hey, Daredevil, whatever you give is fine. You don't even have to give anything. We do this whether people give or not. So, did I miss any questions? Andre, howdy. T-Bear. Who was it that said thank you? Daredevil, there you go. I really, really had a good time there. Oh, and let me tell you, I don't know if you were broadcasting then or not, but stopped into that Ghirardelli's chocolate store right there by the little inlet of the bay there. Oh, it had a banana split. I think the banana split was like $18. But I tell you what, it was real chocolate ice cream, real strawberry ice cream, all of that stuff. It wasn't vanilla ice cream with strawberry flavor. It was the real ice cream. Best chocolate, best banana split in the whole wide world. You paid for it, 18 bucks, but it was very, very good. It really was. The other really good vacation I had was Glacier National Park. Did a 10-mile walk to Iceberg Lake. I think that was it. But if you want to hike your tail off for 4 days straight and only see 1/10 of a park, go to Glacier National Park. Wonderful time. Fabulous. I loved it. Definitely need to do more vacations, that's for sure. What says do you think has the worst drivers? I'm thinking what state, right? North Carolina, by far. Mariana, Texas, thank you for the 10 bucks. I appreciate that very, very much. There you go, Andre. I wish I had the time to do the editing and all that other stuff that the fancy people do, but I don't. What foods have I cooked in my new foodie? I tried dehydrating bananas and making banana chips, and I did it for 8 hours, and it worked, but they were chewy. I think next time I try that, I think I'll do it for 10 hours. I did do a 7-pound brisket in there. Marinated it in half a liter of Coke and other spices for 8 hours, and then I pressure cooked it for like 7 hours after that, or 6 hours, or something like that. Oh, fork just pulls it right apart. And I think that's all I really had time. No, I cooked those whole hens in there. And I put those pictures up on Facebook, I believe, or Instagram. Haven't eaten those yet, but no, I did. I did. I ate one of them. I cooked 2 of them, and I ate one of them because when you're cooking, you just got to sample. Right, Dorothy V? Float the buffalo. I don't know if I want to float the buffalo. Banff National Park. Are you talking about the ghost town in Montana? Is that Banff? I don't remember. No, that's Bannock. Where's Banff? So it just matters of where I could get in 4 days, or if I want to give up the truck all the time. Austria, 4 a.m. What are you doing up? Do I like cheese ball? I don't really. Cheese is okay in a taco or on mashed potatoes or something, but cheese sticks, cheese plain, I don't like it. No. Curtis Zimmerman, happy trucking and Merry Christmas to you as well. Have you ever been on a Greyhound bus or driven one in the past? I have been on a Greyhound bus. Went from Denver to San Antonio. Was not impressed. Math professor, how you doing, buddy? Have we been on the San Francisco-Oakland Bay Bridge? I don't remember. I don't think so. Not with the truck, anyways. What's the favorite state? They're all good. Caramel creamer in my coffee. There you go, T-Bear. Trying to play catch up really quick. Panic is... Hey, I got a question for you, Mr. Chris Bandini, one of our moderators. Thank you very much for being a moderator, by the way. What is a GAC location? I've seen that several times, like while stopped at a fuel island or whatever. What is GAC location? Have I ever eaten Runzas? A Runza was not thrilled. How many miles to the gallon does my truck get? Between 7.5 and probably 9. Philip, good deal. Welcome aboard. Do I ever get to New Hampshire or Massachusetts? Not very often. Y'all are kind of stuck way up there in the corner. Am I a leprechaun elf? Tonight I am. Tell you the story. MT406 is asking for the bus ride story from Denver to San Antonio. Nah. Basically, I wanted to live in Denver after getting out of the Air Force. Got out of the Air Force. Me and a buddy were going to make a life in Denver. Not life together, but as best buddies, you know. We were going to make a life in Denver. I always wanted to go there. And my truck broke down and stranded us. We were kids. We were dumb kids. Truck stranded. Spent 2 nights, 3 nights in the truck on the side of the road. No money in my pocket, hardly. Finally gave up, and I had $100 left in my name. Hopped on a Greyhound bus to Mom's house in San Antonio. Yeah, that wasn't very. That wasn't a good time. That's the only time I've ever been on a Greyhound bus. Merry Christmas to New Zealand. No, we're not done. Just listen to some music. Play any instruments. I am not musically inclined. Good night to you, Philip. Thanks for joining us. Me. How can you listen to this music? Because this comes off of YouTube's Creative Commons free music, copyright free music. So why is my phone keep? Is it weird for me to drive a car? Well, I don't really drive a car. The few times that I have rented a car, yeah, and I tell you what, my opinion, there's a bunch more eyesight restriction blind spots on a car than there is in a big rig. In a big rig, I could look basically all around me, except for directly behind me. But in a car, man, you've got all sorts of frame and stuff like that, skinny, small windows. Yeah. Car drivers apparently can't see near as much as what I can. Plus, I sit up higher than anybody else, which I like. Do I ever think about using a cell phone signal booster? Actually, a Road Crew bought me a several $100 signal booster. And I hooked it all up. It had its own dedicated antenna. And you know, it really didn't make that much difference. And I had years ago, I actually had an engineer that helped build those, and he showed me proof he told me that they boost very, very little, and it's not worth the money spent on what they cost. It's more of a gimmick that if they can get you to believe it makes a difference, that's what they're selling you on. And that's exactly what I saw in real life. Maybe things changed, I don't know. But I was not impressed. Even the truck stops sell signal boosters. So it's one of those things of, if you think it helps, you know, more power to you. Hank Williams Sr. Yes. So Santa Claus is in the U.S. now, huh? Why is the camera not focused when it's way back there? Hey, you know, actually this hat's pretty warm. What's up, man? Does my boss like it when I go live? I don't even think they're watching. I mean, they've got other trucks to worry about and other things to worry about. I don't think that, you know, they're worried about what I'm doing. Loose 72. Howdy, howdy, Abby. Howdy, Greg. You like the hat, eh? Have I heard Tom Petty, BigRigSteve? I heard of him. I actually saw Hank Williams Jr. in concert in North Dakota. I won tickets to from a radio station. Was not impressed. He came in by helicopter 2 hours late. His entire concert was half an hour long. He did like 5 seconds of each song. He made a lot of people mad. Like, really mad. Our pickup and delivery time's out of my control. Well, I'm not, you know, I don't have anything to do with that. The customers determine what time they have room to take me. So, you know, remember, I'm not the only truck driver around. I can't just roll up to a shipper and say, all right, I'm here. I demand you make room to fit me in. They may have 100 trucks ahead of me, or whatever the case may be, you know. We go according to what customer sets the time. You know what I'm saying? So, sparkles are cooking my head. I wouldn't doubt it. How does How does your body take running up and down those smooth roads all the time? Well, smooth roads don't go up and down. I don't know. I guess it's just what, you know, I guess I'm just used to it. Yeah, Robert, so far we, you know, not needed it for that purpose. Diane, 1960, like my hat, eh? Am I still thinking about trying a new microphone on the phone? I actually dug it out. But, see, is this a cable I need? No, I need the other cable. I found the microphone, but I didn't find the cabling. Which maybe I just did. No? Yeah, this is... See, it's still got the ferrite cable. Ferrite stuff on it. Should we try it? Try it live? Uh-oh, everybody's agreeing with Dorothy. What did she say? Do I have to go scroll back? Why is my phone like going dark? I hate this. Larry the Cable Guy. Santa Claus is in Canada. Yes, the car, when I ride in the car, it does feel like I'm running around like a lizard on the ground, yes. What are you seeing about hearing about it, Eric? I don't get it. Am I not reading stuff right or what? How come I don't understand what anybody's asking? When you drive through the mountain, your speed goes up and down. How so have you driven go up? I don't know what you're asking me. It's cool actually seeing this stuff after hearing about it. What are you seeing that you hear about, Eric? Do we have dreams that you're still driving and wake up in a panic? No, but I have woken up in the middle of the night thinking that I overslept and missed an appointment. And then I jump in the driver's seat and realize it's 3 a.m. and I don't have to be there for another 4 hours. Santa's in North Carolina. Woohoo! How do I sleep with the changing time zones? It doesn't mess with my body clock. It just has no effect on me. Albuquerque. To Big Tumbleweed Snowman. There you go. Westbound I-40 as you come in. You'll have to remind me to look for that. Big Tumbleweed Snowman. I'll have to remember to look for that. Would I agree that driving a big rig in New York tri-state is always a challenge when it comes to traffic? I have not seen New York being any different than any LA or nothing like that, to be honest with you. Automatically everybody says, oh, it's the worst thing ever. To me, I've not really noticed any difference whatsoever. Let me see if I could find the triple microphone. Never mind the man behind the curtain. It's a secret control room back there. Ow. All right, here's a little triple. Anybody remember this? How slow do you go when you go up a mountain? It depends how tall the mountain is and depends on how heavy we are. Have I traveled north of the border? Not in a truck, no. Have I ever driven solo? Yes. What made me want to be a trucker? I just wanted to work on airplanes, broadcasting, and trucking, and just things that I wanted to do, and it was time for that to try it. Have I been to Walla Walla? Yes. Have I ever had an accident? I have not. Brian Tucker got the BigRigTravels Christmas card. Good deal. All right, let's plug this in. If I could do it without knocking y'all off the air. Can you hear it? Can you tell? Did it do anything? A truck did not crash into me one time. No difference? You don't hear that? You don't hear the fuzzies? Really? Well, do you hear the buzzing that the old phone used to have when we were broadcasting? Well, maybe we're not even... I don't know. Well, the thing is, you probably will not hear a difference while we're sitting here. The difference would come when we're driving and the treble microphone, because of all the fuzzies around it, will knock a lot of the wind noise off. Does that make sense? And so it will point towards me and you'd be able to hear me over the road noise. So you probably wouldn't tell a difference while we're sitting here nice and quiet. You may hear a difference when we're driving. Remind me and we'll do a test tomorrow. Sound like a winner? How far do we plan on going tomorrow? Probably 500 miles minimum. Merry Christmas to you, Patton Barron. Howdy, Kathy. Oh, Kathy just loves the hat. I thought she was saying she loves me. Come to find out, the next line down says Kathy loves the hat. Not the driver, not the broadcaster, just the hat. What time am I starting tomorrow? I don't know. Thank you, Caitlin. Have I been to Jersey City? I don't know. Best view I've ever seen over the road? Nobody in front of me in a nice, sunny, sunshiny, dry road day. That's the best view you could ever hope for. Did I have a chain wallet? Yes, I always have a chain wallet. Will I keep in contact with you after truck driving? Oh, I don't know. Let's worry about that when that time comes. We got to enjoy what's happening now. Because I don't know what the future is going to hold. I do know that, excuse me, not just with the website, but life in general. So many people want to know what's going to happen in the future, what the next trip is, or whatever. And it's okay to plan ahead, but at the same time, don't lose sight of, or don't give up the enjoyment of what's happening now, or the trip that we're doing now, or the state that we're in now. Give up on that and look for something that we don't even have any control over. Does that make sense? You know, ever since I put the fuzzy microphone up to my face, it feels like I got fuzzies. Newfoundland, howdy, good morning to you. Have I been to New York? Yes. I'll give you all an answer. I've been everywhere, seriously. So that includes Alabama, California, New York, Washington. So yes. Yes, we've been to Port Angeles, Washington. Buster Brown, howdy to you. Binghamton, New York. I've been there many, many times. Zachary, howdy to you. I wanted to see what Kathy said about liking my hat only. What size Carhartt jacket? I think this is a medium. But don't buy me a jacket, seriously, because when I get home, I'll have 8 jackets waiting for me. You know, I mean, I appreciate the thought, but I don't want 8 jackets waiting for me at home. Paul TP12 Cora. How in the world did you come up with that name? Andrew is asking me, what's the proper way to say hi to you if I happen to be stopped in your hometown? If I'm at the fuel island and you see I'm coming that way, meet me in the fuel island. Not with your car, but park and run over to me. If you see me pulling in for the night or a half-hour break, do it right away. You know, because it's a lot easier to meet you right when I stop than for me to be in my pajamas watching TV and then I get a knock in the door 3 hours later with somebody wanting to meet. I don't like it when people do that to me. But if you meet me when you see me pulling in somewhere, I'm all for that, you know. But when I'm in my PJs watching TV in the back eating popcorn, yeah. Have I been to McAllen, Texas? I have. Why am I familiar with Jetmore and Ness City? We've been going through there for years. Plus, we walked through both of those cities taking photographs and virtual panoramas. Are you all looking at me? Why is this not looking at me? There we are. I don't know, am I sitting in the dark? Yeah, y'all can see. A ring doorbell on the side of the cab. Merry Christmas to you, USAFWR. How do I get exercise when we're always on the road? Well, walking to the coffee machine, of course. Tell my story about me yelling at TK, the truck cat, and the guy banged on your door. Yeah. Truck we had, I'm going to assume it was a Volvo. Actually, this one's got it too. It's got a little, right in the sleeper area, it's got a little baby flap of a door that's not a window or anything like that. It's just basically a vent. And in the summertime, I opened that up. And Truck Cat and I were fighting and playing and throwing each other against the walls and stuff like that. And I would always call her Fat Pig, playfully. And I yelled it, you know, not loud, but I said, "You fat pig." And then we get a knock on the door. Come to find out, it was a big truck driver. And he had been walking by right when I yelled "Fat Pig." And he asked me, who was I calling Fat Pig? I had to do some explaining to do. He thought that, I guess, I was peeking out the vent and called him that. Whatever, but yeah. Vendor, oh man, I wish this would quit rolling on me. Vendors gave me $4.99. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Merry Christmas to you. I read something that I wanted to come back to. Steve, were you a towhead when you were little? I don't know. I don't know what a towhead is. Am I excited about being adopted? I don't know if they're talking to me or somebody else. Will I be traveling through New York City? I have no idea where we're going at any time. All I know right now is we're going to California. That's it. I don't know. Because, you know, freight is booked literally a day or two in advance. So I don't know. I really don't know. We could go anywhere at any time. Mac McBee, howdy. I don't know who's talking to me and who's not. Am I married? Ain't nobody gonna put up with me but me. Whoops, almost blocked somebody. Dorothy and Kathy have adopted me. I'm not worried, they'll give me back up. White-haired is a towhead. I forgot the original question now. I'm a towhead? I'm a light-haired towhead? Well, I've always been blonde. Actually, my hair was basically white when I was a kid. Still wonder, have I ever had a load to Alaska? I have not. Yeah, we were just about white-haired. What do I think of the new Tesla Semi? I've not been in it, so I don't have an official view, but I would think that it would turn out pretty cool. I would like to try it. Somebody ought to tweet Elon and tell him that this truck driver broadcasts all day and all night, and he wants to be the first one to broadcast from an electric semi. And yes, we do have stock in Tesla. Woohoo! Retirement next week. I'm serious. I would love to drive that Tesla Semi, even for around the block, and do a live broadcast from there. I really would. Yes. Harold, thank you very much. Bless you too. Speaking of which, we've got 516 people. See, chat is so far behind. My back and legs are holding up just fine. I want to look. See, I'll never be able to do this. Maybe one of the mods could. I don't know where it's at. Stand by. No, I don't want the store. I wanted to tell you guys about something. Donna loves that. Woohoo! I am trying to pull up something on BigRigTravels.com. Okay, I wanted to tell you guys about this, especially being Christmas Eve. A lot of the emails that I get, it comes from disabled folks. Folks that used to be truck drivers but are medically decertified, or they, have a disability or something like that where they will never be able to travel to places that we go to, all of that stuff. I want to help you guys out, okay? Now, it's been on the website for a while, but I just want to point it out now for everybody, especially Christmas Eve. If you go to the website, BigRigTravels.com, go to the menu up top, click More, and then click Special Offer. I want you to look at that, okay? There's a book written by someone that I kind of know. Actually, my mom knows. Is best friends with this lady. She wrote a book called In Spite of My Disability. Norma Astorga Garcia. Astorga. I hope I'm saying that right. So I want you to check that out. I am willing to buy that book and mail that book to you, because I bought several copies. If you think that would help you out, if you think you would read that book and not just throw it up on a shelf somewhere, if you're willing to read that book and you think there might be able to help you, I will put that book in your hands. Now, it is not available in our store, but go to that link I told you about. If we have a moderator, they could put the direct link in the chat. Or go to BigRigTravels.com, click More in the menu bar, and then click Special Offer down at the bottom. And there's a page in the book and tell you all about it. I will put that in your hands if you think you will read it. All you have to do is send me an email to BigRigTravels.com or BigRigSteve at BigRigTravels.com. That might help some of you people out. So that would be my Christmas present to you, if you would read it. Just wanted to get that out there to you. Should I auction the hat for charity? I don't know anybody would want it, but I suppose we could. I could even maybe sign it on the inside or outside or something like that. Dealing with disabilities is so important. I have profound hearing loss that noticed there have been a lot of folks that travel because of what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So, T-Bear, I appreciate that very, very much. I have a few copies that are ready to mail now, you know, from when we first made that offer available. If we send them all out and I need to order more, I definitely will. But all you have to do is send me an email, BigRigSteve@BigRigTravels.com. Tell me you need that special offer book and your address, and we'll mail it out to you. I think something like that is important. So, yeah. And it's not good just for Christmas Eve. That's been on the website for a couple months now. I just wanted to point it out. Auction the jacket? Y'all are crazy. Who paid 5 cents for my jacket? Tell about the time that I moved for a driver. Oh, I don't want to do that. We'll save that for another time. Super Caitlin, if you would read it, we'll get you the book. No problem. You need to send me your information. But don't just let it sit on the shelf. Or buy it, you know, or somebody else read it or whatever. I appreciate it, Joe. Let's see. All right, T-Bear. Well, send me an email. We'll see how it works. Do I have to quarantine to go into other states? No. Utah was one of the states that wanted everybody to check in. The only problem is, if I'm a truck driver and I'm going into Utah from a state that was quarantined, how do you quarantine? You expect me to pull off the road for 14 days? That did not work very well. So, no, I guess that just don't apply to us. Maybe the book can go on the BRT store. You know, maybe that's something that we should look into. Loves does require a face mask. Everybody requires a face mask, even our shippers and customers. So we got more questions or whatever? Ooh, let me do this.
You're in the middle of another Big Rig Travels live broadcast. We hope you're enjoying the ride as we take you across America on the longest running road trip ever. Make sure you click on subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to stop by the BigRigTravels.com website to learn about this trip and visit the BRT store and pick up your favorite shirts and the official Mash It mug.
Do they give us Christmas off? No, we will be driving. Freight moves. Holiday every day. What state do we live in? I literally live in a truck full time. I have a friend that I visit in Illinois, but you know, well, the book ain't for me to sign. I would rather not sign it because I'm not the author, and to me, signing books is for the author to do. That's one thing I don't want to sign. I don't want to give a book away only because I signed it. So if you want the book because you'll read it, I'll give it to you. But I don't want to sign my name to another author's book. That's not right in my eyes. sign another author's book. I need to do a show on how I do my food. I know a lot of people have asked that, and I've thought about wanting to do that, but the problem with that is I can't be holding the camera and moving the camera and all that stuff constantly and yet concentrate on what I'm doing with the food. If I had somebody that could move the tripod and, move the camera as I'm doing my food, that would be great. But it's kind of hard to worry about filming, when I'm trying to run around to the grill and to the oven, and I think my head would explode if I had to do all that by myself. How many days in a month do we drive? We drive every day. Last time we took off was like 60 days ago, or 63 or whatever. Ever seen UFOs? I have not. Merry Christmas to you, Margie. Paul TP12, 4 a.m. in the UK. Go back to bed. You know Santa Claus ain't coming if you're up. You need to get to sleep and he'll show up. How many hours do we drive every day? It depends on what the schedule is. Do we have any thoughts? That's a good question. Do we have any thoughts on streaming on YouTube versus Facebook? At one time, I gave the idea of streaming on YouTube and Facebook, but the problem in my eyes with that is Facebook does not pay you any ad money. YouTube does, which means YouTube ads during our videos pays the bills for the website and all that. Facebook won't pay you anything. The other thing is, I think it would be confusing if half the people chat on YouTube and half the people chat on Facebook. I think it'd be too many chat rooms and all of that stuff. I don't believe in giving Facebook our content to make Facebook more popular, and then they're not willing to do anything back for us. So, yeah, we will probably be streaming to, we're going to try a little program, what do you call that? Little trial run to live broadcast to, what's it called? It starts with the T, Twitch. Because a lot of people, believe it or not, ask me to, to try streaming on Twitch. We could actually broadcast to YouTube and Twitch at the same time. We've not hooked it up yet, but thinking we might try it. We will probably, right now we have our own Roku channel doing reruns. We might broadcast live on Roku after things kind of settle down. Does that make sense, math? No, this guy's going to try to back up. Is he? Is he going to back up, or is he like... He's like really crooked. Get ready to man the horn. I recommend trucking for money as opposed to trucking for free? I don't understand that question. Would you recommend trucking for money? Well, I wouldn't recommend it trucking for free. I know Twitch is video games mostly, but so many people have suggested I try it. I'm thinking maybe we should try. If we get a lot of new traffic from there, we'll try it. See? Meow to Thea. Have I ever had to spend the night on the shoulder due to winter weather? No. We did spend the night on the side of the road because there was a hole in the bridge in Virginia somewhere. Where was that? Outside of Nitro, Virginia, if anybody remembers that. You stick around with us long enough, you'll see all sorts of stuff. Holes in the bridges, tornadoes, all sorts of good stuff. Is money exceptional in trucking? Depends on what you call exceptional. If you want to be a millionaire in trucking, keep on walking. If you want to make a good living, you can do that. It depends on experience level and who you work for, what you're hauling, where you're driving, all of that stuff. So I don't hardly ever meet any other truck drivers. Very, very rare. Even weirdos in ditches. You got it, Greg. How you doing? People lurking that don't like some of us, huh? I don't know what you're talking about. I am an employee. This is a company truck. I would not become independent because then I have to pay for the truck, I have to pay for fuel, I have to pay for tires and tolls, and I would lose my health insurance, I'd lose my 401k, I'd lose my vacation, I'd lose everything. So to me, it's no deal at all. Get out and look. There you go. And he did get out and look. T-Bear, you get some sleep, all right? Santa Claus will leave you something in the morning, maybe. Thanks for hanging out with us, T-Bear. Appreciate you. Thanks for the $100 too. Very much appreciate it. Yeah, he's doing all right. He got out and looked. Am I completely in the dark? What's the longest the driver has taken to back up? I don't know because I'm not timing drivers. Yes, the 401k and health insurance worth more to me than anything else. Yes. I don't think we needed a splitter for the other phone. Why would we need one for this phone? I don't know. I'll worry about that later, though. I don't even know. How long has this broadcast been going? Is there a time limit to stop? misunderstanding questions or what? I don't know what time limit you're talking about to stop. Can I say a prayer for girl in a curl? Sure. What is the longest trip you've ever had? I don't know, 300 or so? Fletcher Knox. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. You have yourself a Merry Christmas. What's the weirdest thing I've ever seen another trucker do? Drive down the highway near downtown Memphis, Tennessee on a Sunday morning with his trailer tires smoking, and he's driving in between, straddling two lanes, and he's got a laptop balanced on his steering wheel. And yes, I'm serious. Don't ask me why, but that's exactly what I saw. Sudi, you have yourself a good afternoon, good night, 4 a.m. You have yourself a good night there, sir. I appreciate you. I don't think there's a 12-hour time limit. I've seen streams that were longer than that, or used to be something, right? I don't know. How many years have we been driving? Since 2006. Do we have any hobbies that you do when you're done driving for the day? Usually sleep, answer a few emails, something like that. Try to do a little bit of website work if it needs to be. And then go to bed. How many hours do we drive? I thought we answered that already. It depends on what the schedule is. Sometimes we might drive 2 hours. Sometimes we might drive 11. It depends on the schedule. See ya, Justin. You have yourself a Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Yvonne. Is the bed comfy? Yes, it is, Quaker Oats. Good to see you. Eric Miller. It ain't bedtime for you, is it? 10, 9, 8. It's only 8 o'clock there. 3 hours with you? Wow. Lovely Haley Grace, love you too. Appreciate you. How about we hang out with you till 10:30 Central? That's 27 minutes. Would that be good? 3.5 hour Christmas Eve broadcast. You know, this hat really is warm. You know, I need a bigger head to fill this. Do I listen to Ariana Grande? I have no idea what that is. What kind of digital camera do I use? A Canon EOS 6D. I had a 7D and now I got a 6D. Or I had a 6D and I got a 7D now? No. I forgot. It's been a while. We don't get any time to take photographs like we used to. Whatever, one of them's full frame, the other isn't. So we upgraded to the full frame, so I'm going to say it was 60. Shelly, Merry Christmas to you. You're Alex's mom. There you go. Cost you $5. What's the most fun road to drive in my travels? I don't know. I don't know if there's really a fun road per se. If the road is sunny and dry and no traffic ahead of me, maybe a mountain or two to look at, that's a good road. Was I raised in Illinois? Oh no. I was raised all over the country. I lived in California, Alameda, San Diego, Chula Vista, you know, all sorts of places. Oh, everywhere. I was a poet, didn't even know it. Robert, you have a good night, and to all the road crew up there in Ohio with you. So what did I get for Christmas? Well, I didn't get nothing for Christmas. Santa Claus don't come until you're asleep. How long does a trailer run on a tank of fuel? Excuse me. That's a good question, and it depends on a couple of things. Oh, excuse me, dang nabbit. Depends on a couple of things. One is, how new is the trailer? The newer trailers are going to be more insulated than the older ones. You know, so temperature loss. What temperature is outside and what the temperature inside is. For example, if you have a -10 load, but you're in Phoenix at 108, it's going to burn fuel a lot faster than if you have the temperature set at 29, you know, and you're in Montana and it's 31 outside. But generally, all things considered, it'll last 3 or 4 days. So that's a good question. Do I play video games? I do not. You're welcome, Rob9995. Boone, North Carolina. I've been there. FG, you have yourself a good night. You like the hat, Jonathan. Good deal. All right, Eric Miller. We'll see you on the truck tomorrow morning. Do I like Chicago? I think it's a pretty cool town. I like Navy Pier. I get that bean to cup. Yes. It's pretty good because the beans are always fresh and you can get it right there, you know. JBN, you have yourself a good night. Do I prefer interstates or back roads? I like them both, actually. You can go faster on the interstates, but the back roads are also fun.
You're in the middle of another Big Rig Travels live broadcast. We hope you're enjoying the ride as we take you across America on the longest running road trip ever. Make sure you click on subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know whenever we go live. Don't forget to stop by the BigRigTravels.com website to learn about this trip and visit the BRT store and pick up your favorite shirts and the official Mash It mug.
What time am I leaving tomorrow? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Whenever we wake up. Good night to you. you, Mike C. Do I notice a difference in car behavior between 75 and 80 or 70? I don't really notice. I just want him to get away. What is the driving range on a full tank? You can get about 1,500 miles. Serengeti, thank you. Does my buddy watch your stream? I don't know. I'm sure it checks in once in a while. Rachel likes the hat. Woohoo! Ray and Valerie, thank you very much. Best of the holidays to you as well. Nancy, howdy, howdy, howdy. Jeffrey Travels, good to see ya. Yes, there's a mini pearl price tag on. Yes. I gotta return it tomorrow. Stephanie, you have yourself a good night. Dorothy V. What type of tires do I like? Whatever runs on the truck. Company pays for all that. Thank you for the $2, Agent Pepsi. I appreciate that very much. Krill. Howdy, Krill. Tomato Head, if you're watching, Tomato Head, Merry Christmas to you. We leave the truck running only when it's cold out. it's nice to just sit here and listen to the music, you know? Am I an only child? No. Red Raider, Merry Christmas to you. Good night to you, USAFWR. Christmas to Russia. Am I going to leave the camera on all night? I'm going to say no. Santa Claus will never show up to the truck if the cameras are on. Besides, ain't nothing happening at this fuel island. How do I sleep with reefer noise? I'm used to it. When you're tired at the end of a long day fighting traffic, wind, when you're tired, you sleep. So Phoenix, Merry Christmas to you. Creel, creel, creel. My battery saver is not on, but here in a minute we're going to turn the truck on and all that stuff. I just didn't want it running and interfere with the music and me talking and all that stuff. MT406, you're welcome. We'll drive our 500 miles, give or take, tomorrow, see where we end up. Usually we try to spend Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve with the road crew like this. Why am I delayed on this trip? Because yesterday we sat basically a day because the winds were so high and Colorado issued a high-profile commercial vehicle restriction. Have I ever had a trucker turn off the reefer because it was too loud? No. No, not yet anyways. Not saying that will never happen, but I think that truckers are smart enough not to do that. You're welcome, Formidable. You're celebrating your birthday, what, 2 weeks early? What's up with that? Math professor, good to see you always. Do I have a refrigerator? Yes, I've got one refrigerator and I've got another refrigerator and a freezer. So, yep, we've got steaks, pork chops, pot pies. We've got all sorts of good stuff. Yes. We've got a microwave, a toaster oven, a rice cooker, a George Foreman. Yeah, I think that's about it. A percolator, coffee maker. We're spoiled. We got everything in here. Jazzy in Boone, North Carolina. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Any tips for new drivers? We'll have to catch that on the next time, because we're going to stop this at 10:30, 10 minutes from now. I will say the biggest tip for new drivers: slow down, take it easy, use your head, watch where you're driving, use your mirrors. Have common sense. Fletcher Knox, you're welcome. How come I don't stay at a terminal in the bigger cities where there's no parking? I don't know. Sometimes we do. There you go, homemade chili. Well, send us some. Ron Mar, Texas, you are welcome for the mountains and the snow. Elf hat, Santa hat, same thing. Chile checking in. Merry Christmas to Valentine, Chile, in Chile. I guess that's right. What did I have for dinner? Nice steak and mashed potatoes. What color is my new phone? Black. All right, we got about 8 minutes left. Any major questions? This guy wants a parking spot, and it looks like everybody slows down for us because there's a big open spot next to us, but it's not really open because there's a light pole there. Did I get a new jacket? I did not. Thing is, I got so much junk on my bed. It's gonna take me half an hour to find the bed. Rural Mail, you have yourself a good night. Santa Claus be there shortly, I bet you. Erie Paye, howdy. Good night, Gus. You have yourself a good night. Good night, Agent. We got about 7 minutes left.
Hi, BigRigSteve. This is Dead Dave, and I'm riding along from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. I watch when I'm missing home and want to see the American highways through your windshield. Everything is so green, green, green. Well, safe travel, Steve.
Well, it's not green no more.
This is Greg Treadway from Beckley, West Virginia, and we are on the road again with Chatty Cathy, the Cheeto-loving bullfrog Aunt Jemima, and everybody's favorite trucker, BigRigSteve. This is Big Rig Travels. Let's from St. Paul, and I watch Steve on Big Rig Travels.
Oh, look at this. Check this out. Y'all like my screensaver? I like it. Did you see it? I like it. It's my favorite driving area. They're all good. Man, I don't know how much more I could hold on. 4 more minutes. Oh, we could do it. We could do it. Come on, we could do it.
This is Rich. Chat handle Boggy.
Boggy.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You're watching Big Rig Travels. Live streaming coast to coast across the USA.
Hey, I'm Chuck from Millersboro, Kentucky, and I love watching Big Rig Travels. God bless you, Steve.
Howdy, Steve. This is Scott from Carbondale, Illinois. Some of you may know me in the chat occasionally as Scenic Drive.
We ain't seen him in a while.
Good morning, Road Crew and Steve. This is Tom G calling from Berea, Ohio. Show Steve your appreciation by mashing that like button. And as always, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me tonight. I know it ain't nothing fabulous like truck driving and giving tours of the truck and, you know, all of that stuff. But I know at the same time that it helps a lot of people that maybe don't have anybody to communicate with Christmas Eve. It's the least I could do to show my appreciation to y'all. I care about you guys not just on Christmas, but any day, every day. Thank you, Nigel, for the $25. I appreciate that very, very much. Remember, go to the website, BigRigTravels.com. Look on the menu bar and click More, and then scroll down to Special Offer. If you think you would read the book, you know, despite my disabilities, if you think you'll read that book, we'll put that book in your hands. I know that a lot of people that watch us are disabled. They travel through us, or through the website. I think that's fantastic. That book may help people. 10:30 Texas time, Central Time. I hope you enjoyed the show. Nothing fabulous. But it is what it is. It's me giving you some of my time. We will be rolling out tomorrow, 500 miles. Trucking still continues even during the holidays. We're kind of like the firefighters and policemen and the hospital workers. There's people that must work every day of the year. You guys need to hop in bed so Santa Claus will show up. If you're on the other side of the world and Santa Claus is already there, hopefully everybody's enjoying the toys and having a cup of coffee and all of that good stuff. So, I don't know exactly what time we'll start. Make sure you hit that notification bell on the website, YouTube channel, and I think that will notify you when we start broadcasting, whenever that is. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for spending Christmas Eve with me. You are the best road crew a truck driver could ever have. Merry Christmas, everybody. See you all in the morning.
Thanks for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show.
Woohoo! Merry Christmas from Texas, y'all. Good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me.